This series that exploded in popularity after its amazing first anime season, all about one caped bald man being a bit too powerful, defeating villains in just one punch. Its second season just started airing and I thought it would be a good time to talk about this show's fandom. So this series started all the way back in 2009 as a webcomic drawn by the artist One, with the simple premise of a superhero that could defeat enemies in just one punch. And despite such a unique and amusing storyline, it had an interesting art style. But regardless, this most likely helped it gain fans, as the webcomic almost had 8 million hits in 2012, which led to an incredibly talented artist to redraw it for manga print in the same year, and this pushed the growth of the series to new heights, as people were enamored with superheroes at the time, and were falling in love with this absolutely insane level of art on every page. And as more and more fans started reading and getting into the series, all about a dude just wanting to be a hero for fun, its popularity helped it gain an anime season in 2015 by Studio Madhouse, with a director who literally assembled an Avengers team of the best animators in the business to give fans some of the highest quality animated fight scenes in anime history. And even then, they delivered for fans of the webcomic who were like, yes, they did it! They didn't overly animate this scene! Then we have season 2. But we'll get to that, as now with such an explosive fandom, they of course discuss many things about the manga and its first season, including memes. Oh boy, the memes. And I guess to start it off, possibly the most popular and recognizable meme of the series was Saitama and his okay face, from one of the best fights when the villain shows off his power, leading to our hero's nonchalant reply. This then of course led to many uses of this face whenever someone would post something odd online, and then the numerous edits of their face onto other characters from other franchises. It's extremely likely that you have seen some form of this face somewhere on the internet before. And speaking of faces, now whether it was by choice or the creator's intent, our hero has a very basic design face. Now I'm not saying that it is a bad thing, as now people everywhere who are hair deficient can finally cosplay as someone. But this face led to many reaction images from the webcomic, the manga, and then the anime. Whether it was smug, happy, or scared, the franchise gave fans plenty of material to use in reactions online, and I can guarantee, if JoJo didn't exist, these images would still be one of the most used anime reaction faces online. Now, one thing that is always great when your favorite manga gets an anime is the sound. And with an absolutely amazing hype show, of course it received possibly the most amazing anime opening song to ever grace the world. No, I'm not joking. This song is so good at pumping you up, why I'm sure it will help you in your training. When you have to do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100...
Enough, you idiot! Shorten this stupid story to 20 words or less!
Okay, yeah, sure. The point is, this song is absolutely amazing, and personally it's one of my favorite openings ever, from the visuals, to the music, to the fact that the fans can use the singer's scream in any situation. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Saitama has a very simple design. By which I mean he's a very bald man. Oh, don't worry, matey. As you can see, plenty of other heroes have bald heads, like Aang from Avatar, Krillin from Dragon Ball Z, and oh no. So, the internet has this love-hate relationship with this children's show, but then in comes Saitama, who's bald, wears yellow, and a hint of red. Well, I mean, it's kind of obvious now what the fandom would do. Now, in a series with one bald dude, you must be wondering, gee, what about the other characters? So with Murata being an absolute god in character design, the anime gave us plenty of great waifus, including some that, aren't animated, yet. But while all the female character designs are amazing... Wait, what are you doing here?
You disgust me. Get lost.
Oh no, it's Tatsumaki, the sassy lost child. Yes, while this scene led to many memes and edited images, all about one small girl, her, design led her to become one half of the fandom's favorite characters. Now then you have the other half who prefers her sister. Man, this feels like Persona 5 all over again. Anyway, the point is that you have a series about one buff dude, and the franchise has many different waifus, so the obvious choice for the fandom's best girl is... Genos. I mean, it should have been obvious if you're a fan of the series. Now you may be wondering why I'm calling this the shipping section. Well, just calm down, we'll get there. So in the show, Saitama has his apprentice Genos, the cyber-enhanced fighter who wants to be just like his sensei, and will do anything for him. No, I mean anything. No, I'm serious. I mean, the fans' fictions are wild here. Thus, with the manga, and mostly from the anime, he became a fan favorite, and his bromance with Saitama then has led to it becoming the most popular ship in the fandom. Now, I'm not joking. This ship's number of fans blows every single other ship out of the water. Who could have known that a modern piece of art and a bold man would be such a cute couple? Now I guess it would be a good time to bring up Season 2 and what the fandom felt about it. So Season 1 was animated by Studio Madhouse, but if you do anime production, the studio doesn't really mean much. It's all about who's the director, the animators, and how much time they're given to work on, you know, animating the amazing scenes. But when it was announced that the anime was getting a Season 2, the fandom went absolutely wild at the prospect of more amazing animation. Then they realized it would be done by a new studio. So we have Season 2, animated by different people under a totally different and rushed production schedule. But the fandom still had hope. I mean, surely they would give them plenty of time to work on it, even though there were no trailers releasing for months, and one's other work was instead going neck and neck with the first season's animation. Surely this more popular franchise would be given the time and care it deserves. Well, that's what the fandom was hoping for. And then just a few weeks before the Season 2 air date, a trailer dropped. Well, what do you think? Yeah, I know, it sure is something. All this flashing. Yes, the trailer was very questionable in its quality and editing, leading to an uproar. The naysayers saying I told you so, and the fans still saying it's just a little CGI.
It's still good, it's still good!
Then the first episode dropped and it wasn't that bad. I mean, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but going from this to this, the fandom was naturally disappointed. Others, however, didn't mind as they were still intrigued by the show's unique style of comedy. Dude, how can you defend this? It's the worst thing ever! Well, no, it's not the same as Season 1, but at least we get more of Saitama. Mate, he looks like frickin' Megamind. And I guess it's good to mention to fans here that One and Murata both are still releasing more chapters, so the fandom still has something to look forward to. Plus, I mean, regardless of how the second season turns out, oh boy, the memes never die, do they? Now with any action-packed anime, and with a dude who can literally win in one punch, of course fans will argue amongst themselves just who can beat him. Goku? Superman? God? Yes, as with any other debates, the fans will argue to the end of time, just slotting him into the endless cycle of overpowered anime characters. And finally, the YouTube fans, who will comment the opening song lyrics, or the many memed lines from the series, to then argue about who is stronger than Mr. One Punch. Then the videos, oh boy. If you were one of the lucky ones to upload a clip from the anime when it aired, you better believe it has over 1 million views. Then of course you have the animations or edits to the opening song, to the analysis of the actual animators of Season 1, or discussing why Season 2 is just so much lower quality than before. And that was all I could fit into this short video on the One Punch Man fandom. A series that started from one man's humble drawings to actual pieces of art, to then some of the best animated scenes in anime history, to well, a Season 2. All the while growing the fandom along the way. I'm sure that the first season was actually a lot of people's introduction to anime, and it's good to see how nice the fandom can be. Unless you talk about Season 2. I rate this fandom 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run out of 10. But it would have gotten a higher score if you left the aircon off. And I guess this video is releasing during Season 2, so only time will tell if it will help grow the fandom, or actually be the end to its staggering popularity. Oh yes, I'm sure it will still have a big fan base, as the original material is still ongoing. But I guess this is the first fandom that I've covered, where it actually could see signs of slowing down. And this could be disastrous for a man of his power, to see his fame reduced. Well, what do you have to say to that? out that a lot of anime fans won't even care about your newest episodes.
Okay.